Okay, so Panzer J back here, and we're at turn number 8. This will be officially 8.1, Germany's turn. So this isn't going to be any of the actual turn itself. Unfortunately, I don't have time to play Germany's turn right now, but just want to do a little bit of a preview considering the board is obviously set up exactly how it's going to be when Germany does attack. So I'm not giving away any secrets or anything. Nothing my opponents can do. Everything is in position for when Germany does go ahead and do its turn. But this way, get a little bit of video content out there prior to Germany's actual turn, as well as kind of explain what I'm going to do. So in case you guys notice any mistakes or anything, you can give me a heads up before I actually go ahead and play the turn, because this is going to be a pretty long turn. Not necessarily complicated, but a lot of moving parts, a lot of stuff going on. So the first thing is Germany is going to declare war on France, Poland, Belgium, and the Netherlands. So they're going to be attacking those 4 countries. Also, Germany is going to establish the Vichy government. So if they're successful in taking France, Vichy will be established. And this is also going to be the turn they use their blitzkrieg move. So they're able to do, in essence, 2 rounds of combat. So they're going to be able to, of course, they'll do their tech rolls, their purchases, and then go ahead, announce combat, perform combat. Any units that can successfully blitz, they blitz, then non-combat moves, and then a second round of combat with air and land units. The naval units cannot engage in a second round of combat. So, first for the Germans, they are going to go ahead, again, after techs and purchases and all that stuff. So they're going to announce combat on the first impulse in Poland. So all of these ships here in Sea Zone number 3 are going to attack the Polish torpedo boat destroyer. Also, these units in East Germany are going to come over to West Poland. There's right now 7 infantry and 2 artillery. 1 of the infantry might stay behind, but I'm not sure exactly what the configuration is going to be. But going into West Poland, and then the 6 infantry and the 1 mountain infantry are going to go into that southern Polish territory, all on the first impulse. Okay. In the west, Germany is going to go ahead and move a couple of subs out into the Atlantic to convoy the British. Also, we are going to go into Belgium on the first impulse. They're going to stay away from the Netherlands for now, but go into Belgium. And Belgium is going to be attacked, hopefully in overwhelming force. So 12 medium armor, which can blitz, 8 self-propelled artillery, 3 light armor, 4 cavalry total from Berlin and West Germany all can reach, 3 fighters and 1 tactical, and 1 infantry is all going to go into, and also 2 towed artillery pieces, all going into Belgium. So I'll have 10 shots at their 4 armor, or excuse me, their 4 infantry with artillery first strike. So hopefully we take them out without any casualties. But if not, then everything else will subsequently move into Belgium. Okay. Then the units that can blitz are going to go into Picardy on the blitz portion of the first impulse. So the units that can blitz are the 12 medium armor, and they can pair up one-on-one with mechanized, self-propelled artillery, tacticals, and fighters. Now, I don't have any mechanized, but I'll have the 8 self-propelled artillery, 3 fighters, and 1 tactical. So each of those will pair up exactly with the 12 medium armor. So all that will move into Picardy. And again, I'll have 8 shots with the self-propelled artillery, so it should take out the lone militia. Okay, and that will finish off the first impulse. Then on the second impulse for combat, the units that survived, assuming they do, the battle in West Poland and the southern Polish territory will all combine to move into Warsaw. Now, there is a river from West Poland to Warsaw, but the artillery that survived don't have the river penalty, but the infantry do. So from southern Poland, all of the surviving infantry can go into Warsaw with no penalty, minus the city territory for Warsaw. But any infantry that survive in West Poland will suffer the river penalty on turn 1. The artillery will not. Okay. Also on the second impulse in the West, units that survived in Belgium, the 2 towed artillery pieces, and any infantry, and I'm leaving behind 3 infantry in West Germany after the first impulse, all of those will go into Belgium, in the Netherlands. Also, the infantry from Berlin will move over on the non-combat and be able to make the Netherlands on the second impulse. So altogether, the Netherlands will have about roughly 6 infantry and 2 artillery attacking, maybe also a plane. I'm not sure, depending on how things go. So that will be the battle for the Netherlands. And then finally, we're going to go into Paris from Picardy. Now, there is a river, I believe, that I have to cross to get into Paris. Let me know if you guys believe that to be true. I'm pretty sure that river there blocks off Paris. So on the first round of combat, I will suffer the river penalty for my ground units. But going into Paris should be, not counting possible any casualties I suffer in Belgium and Picardy, it'll be 12 medium armor, 8 self-propelled artillery, 3 fighters, 1 tactical, all that blitzed into Picardy. Then besides that, when I went into Belgium on the first impulse, I had 3 light armor and 4 cavalry. They will all be able to make Paris because they can go 1 to Picardy and 2 to Paris. And then I also have a medium bomber and an air transport with a paratrooper in Bavaria that will also reach. So potentially going into Paris on the second impulse will be 12 medium armor, 8 self-propelled artillery, 4 cavalry, 3 light armor, 3 fighters, a tactical, a medium bomber, and a paratrooper. Again, not counting any possible casualties Germany suffered leading up to Paris. And then in the battle for Paris, Fighting Irish will have a first strike with his artillery piece and 2 first strikes with the fortress artillery. His infantry will defend higher because of the city. And I will also, on the first round of combat, have to suffer a -1 on my ground units for the river penalty. I think that should cover the specifics of the battle for Paris. And then that will finish off Germany here on turn number 8. So again, if you guys see anything wrong with how that's going to unfold, any miscalculations, especially when it comes to the combat, we'll see. Fighting Irish has given me a list of how he wants the casualties to be taken in Paris. So I already have that. We should be able to commence this battle tomorrow morning. So again, leave any comments if you think there's anything that looks like it might be off prior to actually engaging in the turn tomorrow. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning after everything plays itself out.